Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I am pleased to be here today to talk about process validation in pharmaceuticals. My name is Dr. S.K. Singh, and I hold a PhD in this field. Today's presentation will cover the fundamentals of process validation, its importance in ensuring quality, and the key steps involved. We'll also look at best practices and regulatory considerations. I'm excited to share this knowledge with you, so let's get started. Process validation is essentially a documented program that gives us a high level of confidence that our pharmaceutical manufacturing process consistently produces products that meet the predetermined quality standards and attributes we set. The main goal here is to ensure that every product is safe, effective, and of high quality by controlling variability in the manufacturing process. Think of it as a way to keep everything in check so that nothing unpredictable affects the final product. Typically, process validation is divided into three key stages. The first is process design, where we define the manufacturing process based on what we've learned during development and scale-up activities. It's about setting the foundation for consistent production. Next is process qualification. Here, we evaluate the process to confirm it can reliably produce products that meet our quality standards. This step often involves qualifying the equipment and verifying that it performs as expected. The third stage is continued process verification, which is all about ongoing monitoring during routine production. This ensures the process stays in control over time and continues to produce quality products consistently. There are different types of validation as well. Prospective validation happens before routine production begins. Concurrent validation takes place during production itself. Retrospective validation looks back at historical data to confirm process consistency. And revalidation is necessary whenever there are changes to the process, equipment, or materials. In summary, process validation is crucial not only for regulatory compliance, but also for maintaining consistent product quality. Ultimately, it's about protecting patient safety and ensuring that every product we deliver is safe and effective. Process validation is essentially the documented evidence that shows our manufacturing process consistently produces products that meet the predetermined specifications and quality attributes we've set. It's a critical part of ensuring that every batch we produce is safe and effective for patients. This requirement from regulators helps us verify that our process is under control, reproducible, and capable of maintaining quality throughout the product's life cycle. That means from the initial development stages all the way through commercial manufacturing, and even beyond, we need to demonstrate that our process remains reliable and compliant. Now, the foundation for this validation is built on a few key principles. First, demonstrating reproducibility, showing that we can repeatedly produce a product that meets all quality criteria. Second, controlling variability, minimizing differences that could affect quality. And third, maintaining ongoing compliance, ensuring our process adapts and stays within regulatory expectations. There are several important regulatory references that guide us here. For example, FDA's 21 CFR 211.11 requires us to have strict process controls and validation processes. The ICH-Q8 guidelines emphasize pharmaceutical development and the importance of quality by design. ICH-Q9 provides a framework for risk management, helping us identify and control potential risks. ICH-Q10 introduces a life cycle approach to pharmaceutical quality systems, ensuring continuous improvement. Lastly, EMA Annex 15 offers detailed guidance on qualification and validation activities. Together, these regulations form the backbone of our process validation efforts, helping us deliver safe, effective medicines consistently and reliably. Let's dive into the key objectives of process validation. First, CPP consistency is all about demonstrating that we have reproducible control over critical process parameters across different manufacturing batches. This ensures our operations are consistent and helps us minimize variability, which is crucial for maintaining high-quality standards. Next, CQA assurance focuses on confirming that our critical quality attributes are consistently meeting acceptance criteria. This directly impacts the safety and efficacy of our products for patients, making it a vital part of our quality assurance process. Then, we have risk mitigation. This involves systematically identifying and controlling sources of variability through thorough risk assessments. By doing so, we prevent out-of-specification results and avoid potential regulatory issues down the line. Finally, regulatory support is about providing comprehensive documentation for our NDA or ANDA submissions. This documentation supports the chemistry, manufacturing, and controls sections and demonstrates our manufacturing capabilities to health authorities, ensuring transparency and compliance. Altogether, these objectives help us build a robust, reliable manufacturing process that upholds product quality and regulatory standards. Let's take a closer look at the 3 stages of the process validation lifecycle. First, stage 1 is process design. Here, we define the process based on our development knowledge and a thorough risk assessment. This involves establishing a clear design space, identifying critical process parameters and critical quality attributes, and developing a control strategy. The goal is to ensure that everything is well understood from the start, setting a solid foundation for success. Moving on to stage 2, process qualification. At this stage, we confirm that the process can be reliably reproduced at a commercial scale. This is done through protocol-driven studies, including process performance qualification, or PPQ. We typically execute at least 3 consecutive batches that conform to specifications, demonstrating that the process is capable and consistent, aligning with current good manufacturing practice principles. Finally, stage 3 is continued process verification. This ongoing phase ensures that the process remains in control during routine production. We continuously monitor trending data, investigate any deviations that occur, and implement continuous improvement programs to keep the process optimized. Understanding this life cycle is crucial because it ensures product quality and process robustness throughout the product's life cycle. Let's dive into the CP metric. Process capability indices are crucial because they tell us how well a process is performing relative to its specifications, considering its inherent variability. The most fundamental of these is CP, which reviewers often focus on when assessing manufacturing control. The formula for CP is straightforward. It's the difference between the upper and lower specification limits divided by 6 times the process standard deviation. Mathematically, it looks like this. CP equals USL minus LSL divided by 6 sigma. Here, USL stands for the upper specification limit, LSL is the lower specification limit, and sigma represents the process standard deviation. To bring this into perspective, let's look at an example involving tablet weight uniformity. Suppose the target weight is 500 milligrams, with an allowable variation of plus or minus 25 milligrams. So the LSL is 475 mg, and the USL is 525 mg. If we have process data showing a mean weight of 500.2 mg and a standard deviation of 4.1 mg, we can plug these into the formula. Calculating CP, we subtract the LSL from the USL, which gives us 50 mg. We then divide that by 6 times the standard deviation, which is 6 times 4.1, equaling 24.6. So CP equals 50 divided by 24.6, resulting in approximately 2.03. Now, what does a CP of 2.03 tell us? It indicates an excellent process capability, with a large margin between the process variation and the specification limits. This kind of margin is highly favorable, especially when it comes to regulatory review, because it suggests the process is well controlled and consistently produces within specifications. So, understanding and calculating CP helps us confidently assess how capable our processes are and ensures we maintain high quality standards throughout manufacturing. Let's take a closer look at process capability and what it means for our manufacturing and regulatory considerations. First, note that CPK, or Process Capability Index, takes into account not just the spread of our process, but also how well centered it is within the specification limits. This makes CPK a very useful measure for reviewers, since it reflects both the ability to meet specifications consistently and the process's overall stability. Ideally, we aim for a CPK of at least 1.33 for critical attributes, as this indicates a capable process with a good margin of safety. Now, looking at the table, if our CP value is less than 1, that signals an inadequate process. In such cases, the process can't reliably meet specifications, and immediate corrective action is necessary to avoid regulatory issues. When CP falls between 1 and 1.33, we're in a marginal zone. The process is barely capable, so it requires tight monitoring. This level might raise questions from reviewers about the robustness and control strategy of the process. Moving into the 1.33 to 1.67 range, the process is considered adequate. It meets the minimum expectations, and with proper justification and ongoing monitoring, it can be acceptable for regulatory submissions. If our CP is between 1.67 and 2, we're in the good range. That indicates a well-controlled process with a comfortable margin, demonstrating strong manufacturing capability, and potentially reducing regulatory scrutiny. Finally, a CP greater than 2 signifies an excellent process. It's highly capable, with significant design space, and provides strong evidence of robust manufacturing and quality systems. Remember, while CP is useful, CPK is often preferred because it considers process centering, which is crucial for ensuring consistent quality. Our target should always be a CPK of at least 1.33 to ensure we meet both quality and regulatory expectations. Lifecycle mindset is crucial here. Validation isn't just a one-and-done task. It's a continuous process that spans the entire product lifecycle, from development all the way through commercial manufacturing and ongoing verification. This ongoing commitment helps ensure sustained process control and product quality over time. Next, let's talk about data-driven decisions. Using statistical evidence like CP and CPK metrics, along with trending analysis, provides an objective way to demonstrate process capability. These tools help us satisfy reviewer expectations by clearly showing that our processes are in control and capable of producing quality products consistently. Moving on to our risk-based approach, by leveraging ICH Q9 principles, we can prioritize our validation efforts. Focus on critical attributes and processes that have the highest impact on product quality and patient safety. This targeted approach makes our validation more efficient and meaningful. And the bottom line, rigorous process validation backed by solid statistical evidence and thorough documentation isn't optional. It's essential for regulatory success. We need to demonstrate control, document everything meticulously, and maintain the validated state through continued process verification. That's how we build trust with regulators and ensure ongoing compliance. Finally, some key regulatory takeaways. Keep in mind that validation is an ongoing lifecycle activity, driven by data, focused on risk, and supported by comprehensive documentation. Staying disciplined in these areas is what ultimately ensures our products meet regulatory expectations and safeguard patient health. Let's wrap up with a quick overview of process validation. Essentially, it's a systematic approach that ensures our pharmaceutical manufacturing processes are consistently producing products that meet quality standards. This isn't just best practice. It's a requirement from regulatory bodies like the FDA and WHO, which emphasizes its importance. The process validation involves 3 main stages. First is process design, where we define and develop the manufacturing process itself. Next is process qualification, which confirms that the process works effectively and reliably. Finally, there's continued process verification, where we continuously monitor the process to ensure it remains in control and maintains product quality over time. Overall, what we're aiming for with process validation is to guarantee product safety, uphold quality, and stay compliant with regulatory requirements. It's a critical part of ensuring that our products are safe for consumers and meet the high standards expected in the industry. For further support, please feel free to contact us. We're here to help with any questions or additional information you might need. And with that, I want to sincerely thank you all for your time and attention today. Your engagement really makes a difference, and I hope you found this presentation valuable. Remember, we're committed to supporting you every step of the way, so don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you once again, and have a great day.